The car payment trap no one talks about. Most people think a car payment is just part of adult life, like taxes or electricity bills. But what if that normal payment is quietly stealing years of your freedom? The day you drive a new car home feels like a victory. The steering wheel is smooth, the dashboard glows, and you imagine better commutes and weekend road trips. No one tells you that the real journey you just started is financial, not mechanical. At the dealership, the conversation never centers on the total price. It revolves around one seductive question: what monthly payment works for you? That question shrinks a massive debt into a harmless-looking number and turns rational people into emotional buyers. Within an hour, excitement drowns out math, and signatures replace common sense. Months later, the shine fades, but the obligation doesn't. Insurance rises, fuel bites, interest accumulates, and suddenly, the car feels less like freedom and more like a second rent payment. Yet because everyone around you is doing the same, the trap feels invisible. This is how millions of hardworking people end up serving their vehicles instead of the other way around, and how a simple purchase quietly reshapes entire futures. Let's watch. 1. The dangerous focus on monthly payments. The trap begins with psychology. Dealerships know most buyers don't think in total prices, they think in monthly affordability. So instead of discussing the real cost of a $42,000 vehicle, the conversation becomes about whether $470 a month fits your budget. This shift changes everything. A buyer who would never agree to spend 40 grand suddenly agrees because the number is sliced into small pieces. Lenders stretch the loan to 72 or 84 months to hit that comfortable figure. The customer feels like a winner, the dealer sells a more expensive car, and the bank earns years of interest. Very few people multiply the payment by the number of months to see the truth. When they finally do, it's too late. They've already signed a contract that turns a simple purchase into a long financial relationship. The monthly payment mindset is the doorway to lifelong car debt. 2. Depreciation, the invisible thief. Unlike a house or an education, a car almost always loses value fast. The average new vehicle drops around 15 to 20% in the first year alone. By year 3, many are worth barely half of the original price. But loan balances don't fall that quickly. Early payments mostly cover interest, not the actual principal. This creates negative equity, owing $28,000 on a car worth $19,000. At that moment, you don't own the car, the bank does, and you're just renting it with responsibility for repairs. Negative equity traps people when life changes. Need to move? Want a cheaper vehicle? You can't simply sell it. The debt follows you, often rolled into the next loan, making the hole deeper with every upgrade. 3. Interest turns one car into two. Interest is the quiet killer of car finances. On paper, a vehicle might cost $33,000, but financing at 9% for 6 years can push the real cost above $43,000. That extra $10,000 buys nothing, no better engine, no safer brakes, just profit for the lender. Many buyers don't even know their interest rate, they only remember the payment. Subprime borrowers pay even more, sometimes 15 to 20%. 4. The culture of constant upgrading, modern car culture, teaches that keeping a vehicle for a decade is somehow a sign of failure. New models arrive every year with bigger screens, sharper headlights, and minor design tweaks that make last year's perfectly good car suddenly feel outdated. Manufacturers and influencers constantly fuel this mindset. Leasing ads promise drive a new car every 3 years, while trade-in offers tempt owners long before their loans are finished. The result is a cycle of perpetual payments disguised as progress. Each upgrade resets the clock. Leftover debt gets quietly added to the new contract, stretching terms longer and pushing payments higher. 5. The hidden expenses around the payment. The monthly installment is only the headline. Expensive cars demand expensive insurance, and premiums often jump the moment a newer model sits in the driveway. Registration fees rise with vehicle value, while premium fuel, specialized tires, and dealer-only servicing quietly add thousands over the years. Modern technology has made repairs especially brutal. A simple bumper tap can require radar calibration, sensor replacement. 6. How car debt reshapes your life. Money is opportunity in physical form. When $600 disappears every month for a vehicle, that opportunity quietly disappears with it. Over 5 years, that's $36,000 enough for a business startup, a house down payment, or serious investments that could change a family's future. Yet instead of building something lasting, the money melts into depreciation and interest. Car payments begin to influence career choices in ways people rarely admit. 7. Breaking free from the system, escaping starts with rejecting the monthly payment question entirely. The right focus is total price, reliability, and long-term ownership, not how low a dealer can push the installment. The smartest cars are usually the boring ones, lightly used models with proven engines, simple technology, and affordable parts that won't punish you later. If financing is necessary, keep the term under 48 months. Put meaningful money down and make sure the payment is only a small fraction of your income. Learn to say no to add-ons, extended warranties, and emotional upgrades that inflate the loan without adding real value. The goal is to own the car quickly, not impress strangers. Drive it for years after it's paid off, and redirect that former payment into savings or investments. Outro: the car payment trap doesn't announce itself with warning signs. It arrives dressed as convenience, comfort, and a little dose of pride. The engine sounds smooth, the seats feel perfect, and for a moment you believe you've upgraded your life. But months later, when the excitement fades and the payments remain, the truth slowly surfaces: you didn't buy freedom. You subscribe to a long financial obligation. Breaking free starts with seeing cars for what they really are: tools, not trophies. The industry sells emotion while the contracts sell years of your income. Every dollar tied to a payment is a dollar that can't build your future, protect your family, or give you choices. And let your car serve your life instead of controlling it. Let us know in the comments what you think about the car payment trap no one talks about. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more captivating content on our YouTube channel.